to the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. I'm TJ Finn.
And I'm Connie Schrader, Mayor of the City of Bastrop.
We're so excited to have you with us today.
We have a big show.
We do. We have Bluebird with a new business coming to Bastrop called Homespun Wisdom.
We have April Daniels with the Smithville Chamber of Commerce.
And then Colleen Panel with Bellydance for Everone.
Oh my goodness. We better get started.
We better. Let's go. So we're here today with Bluebird Solorzano. It's a mouthful, but what a lovely name. So Bluebird, you're with Homespun Wisdom.
Yes.
Something new coming here to Bastrop.
New business in Bastrop.
Very excited.
Let's tell everybody about what you're doing. It's amazing.
Well, we're so excited to open. We purchased the former Child Advocacy Center, so the yellow Victorian right there on the corner of Chestnut and Jefferson Street, and the little farmhouse that is behind it. And the vision is it's kind of three prongs. It's rooted in the wisdom of the homesteaders with a progressive eye toward the future and a desire to support, encourage farm to table, in Bastrop by supporting locally sourced agricultural products, and to strengthen the urban homestead by teaching classes all around homesteading and cottage industry skills. And to also support local arts and crafts by creating a space for those things to be distributed from. And so it's kind of a working homestead is the vision. So if you're familiar with the building at all, it has a lovely upstairs, and then it's got some like a family type room in the back. And so we will be in the front of the building running all sorts of all things locally sourced, agricultural products and art and all things made here in the county. And in the back big classroom area, we're going to be hosting weekly workshops around. Well, the first Saturday of every month, we desire to have a farmer's market type or just a maker's market in general, so not just exclusive to agriculture, but all kinds of things across the whole property and the yard and everything.
Wow.
Second Saturday of every month, we will be teaching workshops around herbal medicine making, and folk medicine skills. The third Saturday of every month will be workshops around cottage industry and homesteading skills, so everything from beekeeping to aquaponics to canning, all of the things. And then the fourth Saturday of every month will be a workshop around economics, home economics, entrepreneurship, cryptocurrencies, all of these things. Wow. And then the upstairs of the building is going to be a homeschool resource center. So we'll have a library upstairs for homeschoolers to buy and trade and sell a curriculum. Nice. As well as a space where they can borrow and rent like a laminating machine and 3D printers and the die cut and all those little things that we like to have as homeschoolers to kind of create materials. So very excited.
So much wonderful information. I love it. So I think that things have really changed post-COVID.
Yes.
Right. People are understanding that with supply issues and things like that people are starting to go, I need to plant a garden, and I need to do this, and I need to, learn how to do this in the event that this happens. And those are really good skills that maybe 100 years ago everybody knew, and now they just kind of fell by the wayside. So you're bringing that back and giving people the opportunity to learn how to live.
Just the basic life skills.
Really, the basic. And another aspect I didn't mention was at the front yard. So we're working in conjunction with a lot of different people. So we have lots of little homesteads that are popping up and intentional communities that are popping up around the area. And then, of course, you have everybody who lives in town. And not everybody's going to move out to the country and homestead. But we can all do things that's part of that strengthening the urban homestead. So the front yard, we're working with a young woman, Brittany Benton, and another man named Rudy, and they're going to be building a permaculture demonstration garden in the front yard. Wow. So there'll be classes all around there. They're just taking it over. So all of the herbs and stuff will be growing on site. And then they're going to take the front yard right there on Chestnut Street and really develop a fantastic demonstration garden. So how you can do these things and get the most bang for your buck in small garden spaces for food production and herbs and things like that.
Or come by and purchase it
Or
if you don't want to grow your own.
Exactly. Or come by and purchase and learn how, now you can grow these things, and here, come over here and we'll teach you how to make a basic tincture, how to make a basic salve. And I think that kind of the tagline is Homespun Wisdom, crafty goodness, old world skills for new world pioneers. And
that's also quite a mouthful.
It is.
New world
we're kind of in this transition. We have to go back and to go forward in a way. We lost so many basic skills, and we experienced in Bastrop with the freeze and with the beginning of COVID. My son worked at HEB, and he came home. It was actually 2 years ago, just about. And on a Friday, and he said, it was a Thursday, and he said, Mom, if you need anything from HEB, you better get over there now because it's out.
Well,
and when I got there,
if you can find a way to make homemade toilet paper, people will make
exactly. But it's not so much making homemade toilet paper, but what did they do before we had mass-produced toilets?
Exactly.
It's just a matter of let's have a conversation about what were the pioneers using, and it's really probably very simple, easy things that we can. Oh, it's that simple. Okay, I can do that.
Right.
And so it's just a matter of setting yourselves up, setting our community up, securing our community, so that when we will have another supply issue event eventually, such as COVID, beginning of COVID with HEB, in the winter storm that we had last year, that we're not standing in line at Walmart waiting to get into a store that has nothing in it anyways to offer us. And we've built a community where our own supply chains, we're connecting producers and makers with consumers who want to buy those products on the daily, but also really educating and growing and strengthening the community so that we're ready for whatever comes.
Well, TJ, we talk all the time about it takes a village. This is a perfect example of it takes a village to take care of a village.
It really does.
And so it's not really any different than exchanging childcare for somebody to do your ironing to somebody to do your washing. It's just taking that to a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
So have you done this before, or is this all a new vision?
This is a new vision. Most recently, I was an educator in the Bastrop Independent School District. I worked at the middle school for several years. And prior to that, I was a stay-at-home homeschooling mom. I have 4 kids, and I run the farmer's market, and I've made all my own medicine, and grew up. My father was a homesteader, so I grew up in the periphery, while my father spent 7 years building a log house by himself and all the furniture inside of it. And
wow, that's amazing.
So it's kind of in my blood. Even when I was working in Bastrop, I was still having my kids homeschool just as a value that my kids just enjoyed it. And so really wanting to support around education and homeschool around that, and just how there's so many ways we can educate our kids.
Absolutely.
And so Homespun Wisdom is all the things that I learned, and all the things that we've all done as moms at one time. If you've ever made a costume for your kids for Halloween.
When they tell you the night before.
When they tell you the night before, right? And you've ever had a sick child and the grocery store is closed, and you're like, okay, what can I do to make some cough syrup or something like that, just with what I have on hand? We've all done this. It's the Homespun Wisdom, which is all the wisdom that's gained by living, right? And by living in environment of a village and living in a home, and so it's pulling all of that in. And the crafty goodness is, necessity is the mother of invention, and all those things that every time, you can go to the store, you can buy something, but when you make it yourself,
it means so much more.
It has so much more value.
You were talking about COVID, and my husband was freaked out the most because of the bread. And I was like, there's no bread. I was like, we don't need bread. We have a bread machine. Let's just buy some flour.
Exactly.
So, and if people of you not made homemade bread, which I don't need the bread machine.
I was going to say.
It makes it easier when you're lazy. But, as long as I have flour, I'm going to be okay. I can make bread. Well, some people were not taught those things. They didn't have the grandma that baked. So, that's a great thing when you can bring people in and say, you know, these are some, God knows we could all use a little more common sense.
There you
Well, I
go.
tell you, and it's one of the things, one of the conversations that we want to have is what does a well-stocked kitchen look like? And whenever COVID hit for us, or not COVID, but the winter storm specifically, I didn't take it seriously. And I have a lot of kids, 4 kids at home, and I didn't take it seriously, and I didn't go to the grocery store. We've been eating out for a week, and then it hit,
Wham.
and then
Yeah.
wham. But I have been carrying around 5-gallon buckets of ingredients for a million years. So I have, wheat and salt and sugar and oats and beans and all of the things. And I was not only able to make food for my family without having to worry about going to the grocery store, I was able to make food for Pastor Nava and his folks out there. We made big old pots of beans and took our big old truck and bread and took it out there to them. And that's really what it's about. It's about being prepared so that you can have peace of mind, so you don't have to stand in line, so that you can be prepared for help others who aren't prepared,
Right.
your neighbors, right? And it's really simple. So it's like simply having a well-stocked kitchen. What is a well-stocked garage? What is a well-stocked storage shed? And these are things that, conversations that we can have, and then teach people like basic lists. Go make sure you just always have these things, and you'll be using them. They're not impractical. You'll use it all the time. But you just kind of, make sure it's always present, and then you're ready. And when we're ready, we can help our neighbors who aren't ready.
Oh, Bluebird, thank you
Right.
so much for stopping by.
Yeah,
Great
that's
location, new business. So whether you're a person who remembers Grandma baking bread and you want to go back to that, or if you didn't even know that your grandma could bake bread, go by and see Bluebird.
Can I give one more thing? I am looking
Yeah.
for artists who would like to sell and distribute their artwork out of Homespun Wisdom. Any agricultural products, beef products, creams, like all of the things, meat, dairy,
Local
everything.
honey, yeah,
Local
everything.
honey, pickles, jams.
And how do
all
they
the
get
things.
hold of you?
So you can get a hold of me by the website homespunwisdomtx.com, and then Homespun Wisdom TX on Instagram, Homespun Wisdom TX on Facebook as well.
Perfect. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I'm excited. Bye. Blessings.
The 2022 Bastrop County Buyers and Builders Convention is now open for vendor registration. This 2-day event is held September 17th and 18th at the Bastrop Convention Center. Bastrop County has experienced unprecedented growth and development. If you're part of this booming industry, this is not a show you'll want to miss. Go to our website at thebcboa.com to sign up. Sponsored by the Heart of Texas Chamber and Visit Bastrop.
We're here with April Daniels, who's the Executive Director of the Smithville Chamber, and Smithville is on everyone's mind after a wonderful jamboree. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. We were excited to come back after 2 years of not being able to have jamboree due to COVID, of course.
Right.
So this is technically the 65th anniversary, I believe, but we have a little asterisk there.
Wow.
But it was a beautiful, wonderful event. Josh Abbott played, and it was just a really nice time.
Well, and TJ and I've had the conversation. Folks are ready to be together.
Yes,
They're missing seeing faces and seeing friends. And I know there's always friendly people in Smithville.
Yes, well, thank you for saying that. We recently, earlier in April, had a big event downtown that had hundreds of people enjoying Empty Bowl and enjoying our health fair, and we had our wonderful golf cart event downtown. And coming up pretty soon, we have lots of more wonderful events, including our airport fly-in that's on May 14th. So there's always some fun thing happening in Smithville.
Now talk to me about your golf cart. So did you guys declare yourself golf cart? Tell me about that.
We did. So our city council declared ourselves golf cart friendly community. And that actually is a designation, an economic development designation that is something we are very happy to market. It's very easy to get your golf cart approved to ride around it on in Smithville, and people ride all over the place. I commute to my office on my golf cart frequently.
I love it.
And so we had about 40 golf carts participate at the beginning of April in a nice big golf cart event They do a dice run, and they raise almost $6,000 for a local charity, so it's a very nice event.
Well, you know that it's always good to borrow great ideas, and I've already been approached by a couple folks in the city of Bastrop, and they talked about if you are not a resident of Smithville and you don't have your golf cart approved, you guys do a special setup where if you're a visiting golf cart, you can get your golf cart checked out and get a permit for that event. Is that how that works?
So you can do that, or you can get a day pass. Of course, the police station's always open. So if you come into town and bring your golf cart with you, we have a lot of people that stay at the state park and they'll bring their golf cart with them. So they can go by the police station and get a day pass. Or our golf cart events or many other events, the police will come and give out those day passes right on the spot. And again, it's very easy to get that. Your lights need to be working and that sort of thing.
Just a safety thing
Yes.
at the end of the day. And it's not real expensive, isn't it?
The day pass is $10 and a 2-year pass is $50. It's
There you
very
go.
easy to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
But TJ, my understanding, in April, correct me if I'm wrong, but they pick a nonprofit.
Yes.
They're doing it for a social event, and then
Right.
they do it to give back to the community of the
That's
city.
right. That's the STX Golf Cart Club. And they always pick a charity. In fact, 3 years ago, you may remember that our visitor center and Chamber of Commerce burned down. And that was the first time they did an event, and they did that as a fundraiser.
Has it been 3 years?
It's been 3 years. I can't believe
Wow.
it. But that was their kickoff. They benefited the rebuild of that. And then every time they do it again, they pick another nonprofit.
Well, that was certainly a sad day when we found out that horrible crime was committed, but
Yes.
out of the ashes.
We have a new beautiful building.
Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous.
Come and see it. It's gorgeous. It's quite a bit bigger. We were able to get community members to donate all kinds of wonderful things to the museum in spite of the fact that many things were lost in the fire. So please do come and see our beautiful new museum.
I love that. Smithville is it's got that quaint, I don't know, it feels like home, even if it's not home, right? It's got that real homey feel to Smithville. I had come down when you guys did the photography festival and was part of that and, gave a tour and brought the people to the house where Hope Floats was filmed and they got to photograph. And it was people from all over. And they were just so thrilled to be able to come and participate in that. So I love it how you guys open up the main street and it all kind of blends in. And boy, you got some good food over there in Smithville.
Oh, well, thank you. We really do enjoy our food there.
That's amazing.
We actually have a new restaurant that will be opening here in May sometime. And that'll be called Hope Floats. And it's an ice cream shop right next to your mom's.
Oh, there you go.
They're calling themselves Hope Floats, which I think is pretty terrific.
I love that.
So it is nice to see a lot of new businesses come in. Smithville saw 54 new businesses open their doors in the last 2 years. So
wow.
growth is not coming, it has arrived for all of you.
Yeah,
throughout the whole
absolutely
county.
right.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah.
right. And how do you feel like you guys are going to be impacted by Tesla? Because I feel like there will be an impact, without a doubt, in Smithville. I'm sure.
Well, and the easiest answer I can give you that is the home that I bought 12 years ago, I could sell it for 5 or 6 times what I bought it for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you
Yeah.
didn't have to buy a house.
And then you're right. I can live at the chamber, right?
There you go.
But the fact of the matter is, we do have a serious rising home prices throughout the county. But fortunately, we have a lot of investors coming in that are building new properties. And hopefully we'll be able to meet that demand throughout the county.
That's wonderful. We don't want too many, just saying, guys, everybody don't move to Smithville.
Come and visit.
Come and visit. Just come and visit.
And to your point about Smithville, I am told frequently that it's like living in a Norman Rockwell painting.
Oh, yes.
And it really is.
It is.
It really
And even your new chamber, it reminds you of that Norman Rockwell.
It does.
All the
Yeah.
traditions of the old train
Yeah.
depot.
In fact, it's built on the site of the old depot that used to be there. Smithville, in fact, used to be the largest town in
Yes, it
Bastrop
did.
County, with the largest employer being the railroad.
I didn't know that.
Until 1960, that is the case. In fact, I would venture to say that Smithville was very important to the growth of Bastrop County,
Absolutely.
starting from the late 1800s. And so our beautiful new building that we built looks very much like the train depot that sat on that same spot.
Love that. Yeah, I love your little parks. There's so much to do. You can access the Colorado River. You've got the little park downtown where the depot is, a museum. It's just a beautiful, beautiful little quaint.
Well, and Smithville,
town.
in fact, has 11 municipal parks.
11?
Did you know that?
Wow.
We have 11 parks.
That's amazing. The size of Smithville has 11 parks.
There you go.
That's wonderful. That just tells you that Smithville cares about its residents and, wants to keep up that you have a country feel, but then you're so quick. I mean, you're a shot to Austin.
That's true, and many economic developers in our community will point out to you that we've been given a gift from the highway system and CapCog in that there will be no lights between here and Austin within the next few years, and all the way on nearly to Houston in the next 5 or 6 years. That's a huge boon for the entire county, particularly those of us that are right on the Highway 71 corridor.
Absolutely. So April, we've said there's always something going on in Smithville, but if somebody wants to check it out and find out what's going on, where's the best place to go?
Well, we have 2 websites that really highlight what's happening in Smithville. One is smithvilletx.org, which is our Chamber of Commerce site. And we also have a new website that we launched very recently called visitsmithvilletx.org. So you can go and check it out and find out all the wonderful, fun things that are happening.
Well, I promise you will not regret visiting Smithville. Make sure you look up April because she's always wanting to tell somebody about Smithville.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks.
Garage Old Spirits American Badass Whiskey presents the Sizzling Summer Nights Concert Series, June 18th, July 16th, and August 20th at Community Gardens in Bastrop, Texas. The series kicks off with American Idol Bo Bice with performances by Jay Edwards and local artist Winter Dawn. Check our lineup and get your tickets now at sizzlingsummer.com.
So we're here today. We have an exciting guest. This is Colleen Panel, and she's with Bellydance for Everone. So unusual. I love it. Tell us. We want to know everything.
I started Bellydance for Everone probably I think it was about 6 years ago. I've been belly dancing for about 14 years. And I started it because I wanted people to have the opportunity and to also know that it doesn't matter who you are, what your abilities are, what your size is, that you can dance, that you can belly dance. So I normally teach a beginner's class. I do 6-week series. I'm currently looking for a spot in Bastrop, but I hope to find one soon. I teach in Temple right now,
Now, TJ, where did you run into Colleen?
I will tell you. So you have a monthly show at 602 on Main.
I do. Raymond has been very kind to me. I have been at 602 for 3 years.
Love it.
And so I have what's called Night in Cairo every third Wednesday of the month. Currently, I bring in 4 professional dancers, me being one of them. And I bring in dancers from all over Central Texas. Occasionally, I bring in ladies from Houston and Dallas that'll come down for me. And we put on 3 sets of traditional dance oriental for you, and it's just a fun night.
Yeah, that's so fun. It's so exciting. Something so unusual. You wouldn't think, a belly dance show would be so much fun, and it gets everybody all hyped up, and I love it. So Raymond's the best. He's a great guy. I love Raymond.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to 602 on Main, I have to plug him real quick because have you had his chicken fried steak with the green onion gravy?
Oh, it is so good.
God. It is
I do dance, but I get a
seafood.
chicken fried steak afterwards.
That's my favorite. And I know a lot of other people say, we have the best chicken fried steak, but that gravy that he makes, oh my God. And they're salads, so they use really fresh food, and so I really, really love it. So either way, you're going to love that. But so the next show I think is May 18th.
May 18th.
And what time do you kick off?
We say 7 o'clock, but on belly dancer time, that's about 7:15.
But it's always the third Wednesday.
It's
So
always
if
the
you miss
third
it in May, if it's
It's
getting
a
close to the
big
third
jam.
Wednesday, 6:45, 7 o'clock, you want
You
to
wanna
be
get
right
in
in
there.
there, good place to sit.
And Raymond offers a special Mediterranean menu on our nights, coming from Lebanon, and he offers a special, wonderful Mediterranean menu for the night that we are there. So he has that menu just for our night.
I
There's
love that.
always
So
something
you-
happening in Bastrop.
Absolutely.
And then I hear that during Sherwood that people can see you out there as well.
Yes, I currently am in charge of pirate territory, in which most people are like, you have pirate territory? Yes, when you walk in the front gates, turn to the right.
I love it.
There's a pirate ship. I run the pirate crew, and I also run my crew of scallywags. We are a variety show that includes dance, fire, really bad jokes, really bad magic, and we just have fun.
I saw it. So Connie and I both coincidentally were out there last weekend. You were out on Saturday and I was out on Sunday. And I have to tell you guys the funniest story. So I wanted something to eat, and the sausage was so good. So I wanted sausage on a stick, but I wanted a turkey leg, and I knew I wouldn't be able to eat them both. I was like, okay, I'm going to take that turkey leg, and I'm going to wrap it up in the foil. And the nice lady, she was so sweet. She lives here in Bastrop. She wrapped it up in foil for me and put it in a bread bag. So I brought my turkey leg home. I was so happy. Well, we got back to the house, and I told Liam, I said, would you like some? And he said, I don't like that. And I said, we haven't tried it. Try it. You might love it. So he tries it. He's like, oh, I like that. Well, later on that evening, I said, Liam, are you hungry? And he said, yes. I said, well, what do you want? And he said, I want some more of that pirate meat. What? Minnie, the pirate meat.
The pirate meat.
And when I realized what he was talking about, I thought it was so funny. So turkey legs are officially called pirate meat.
I will have to remember that this coming weekend.
I love it. It was so cute. Well, that's exciting, so we can see you out there. So what if I want to take a belly dance class? What do I do?
If you want to take a belly dance class, you can find me either on my Facebook page, which is Bellydance for Everyone, or Instagram, which is at Bellydance for Everyone. I make it pretty simple. I am, like I said, currently looking for a place in Bastrop or in Elgin. And once I have that, it's always going to be a beginner class that I teach, because I like to bring in, I've taught as old as 84 and as young as 12. So I do the full range. I've also worked with students with disabilities and taken care of that. So, and it's an amazing thing to see the progression in dance. People come in and say, I have no rhythm. And there's no I don't.
Right.
With me.
You
You can work with it. If you have a heartbeat, you can do it.
You can do it.
You have rhythm whether you think it or not.
It might take you a minute to
It
find it.
might take you a little bit. You may have 2 left feet, but we're going to work it out.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and then we've decided, my friend and I, my partner in crime, as I call her, we are going to be bringing a Bellydance Convention here to Bastrop. In 2023, we've already put the deposit down and everything.
At the convention center,
At the
right?
Bastrop Convention Center.
Wow.
In October 2023. It'll be 3 days. I want to say it's the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th, or the 13th, 14th, and 15th. One of those.
Nice.
So we will be bringing in, I've already talked with a lot of instructors. Plan to be bringing in instructors from all over the country.
That's
So is there
terrific.
going to be a competition going on?
I'm
Are you
not-
kind of thinking about that? Or?
There's already a competition in Texas right now. So I'm not ready to bring another competition in just yet.
Gotcha.
I compete at that competition every year.
Yeah, so
So.
this is just gonna be, if you're interested in belly dance,
Right.
you know, even if you don't know that you're interested
So just
yet,
come.
Just come check it out.
Yeah, and on
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday night will be an open gala show that the public can attend. And then the workshops will be for beginner levels all the way up to, pro levels.
Gotcha.
There'll be open shopping. And right now, if a Bastrop or Bastrop County shop or merchant or restaurant is interested in sponsoring or being a part of it, please contact us.
I love it. Yes, that's amazing. Yeah.
Colleen, we're so glad that you're here. We know the third Wednesday we can go to 602. We know to look forward to the Convention Center in October of 2023, and we can always check you out at the Pirate.
Yeah, at the Pirate Territory. Yeah, with Sherwood, and I'll again next season be there, and I'll be there during Celtic Fair.
What about summer camp? Are you there during your summer
I
camp?
am not there during summer camp because I have a lot of, that is when there's a lot of belly dance conventions
So
going
you're
on.
out belly dancing.
So I'm out traveling a lot.
That's lovely.
So I spend a lot of time at other conventions, either teaching or I've gone to Santa Fe to do there's a It's a national. It's called Becoming Exploring Identity, and we started here in Austin. Then we went to Santa Fe, and it's a group of dancers from all over America.
Fun.
And then we come together and we do this show. So
I love it.
hopefully, we just are trying to spread the word of this community that we have in belly
Well,
dance.
great exercise, great camaraderie, it sounds like, and we're happy that you're here in Bastrop. And if you haven't seen that show, like the mayor was saying, be sure you go out third Wednesday of the month at 6:02, eat some of Raymond's Mediterranean food, and enjoy the Belly Dancer show. Thank you so much for being on the
ladies.
show.
Great to see you.
Well, episode 4 already on the books.
I know more things about Bastrop County than I did when we started the show.
Absolutely, and people have commented that to me. It's like that when you watch the show, you find out things, even if you've lived here forever, that you didn't know existed. But how about that Mediterranean food down at 602 on Main with Colleen belly dancing? I love that.
Oh, and the Homespun Wisdom. Talk about common sense for the future.
Absolutely. God knows we need a lot of that. But, and then of course, our favorite April's always here.
She's so sweet. And to
She's
find out
great.
that the chamber building was the old train depot.
I didn't know that. That's just, it's so much, and what'd she say, 11 municipal parks in the city of Smithville?
Okay, the city of Bastrop has more, but that would be tacky, so I won't mention that.
Okay, we won't mention
Okay. But they're all wonderful.
They are.
And
wonderful.
that's the main thing. In Bastrop County, you can find a great place to be outside, and we're letting people know all the great things they can do inside.
Absolutely. I love it. And so, guys, you don't want to miss a future episode. So you're going to go to theheartofbastrop.com. You can watch those future episodes. You can also watch all 4 seasons on there. So go to theheartofbastrop.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share so all your neighbors know exactly what's going on in Bastrop. And we'll see you next week.